Hello, everyone. In this video, I would like to talk about, honestly, the new trailer for one of the new upcoming, geek movies that's going to be very popular, which is The Quiet Place Part 2. Now, my whole interesting thing that honestly made me gravitate towards this teaser is just the fact of the teaser. I'm just going to start from the beginning. It not only, I guess, portrays or conveys the fact of maybe we might get to see other people who like went through the whole, I guess, massacre from these like extraterrestrial alien like monsters, but we also get to see the main family that we started off with from the first movie, which honestly I'm very surprised. Not a bad surprise, but a pretty good surprise because technically movies like this, especially what had happened off the first part of The Quiet Place, is just the fact of the whole family looked like they were better off. And on top of that, everyone basically killed off their own little squad of those creatures, this main family wise. They killed off their own squad of creatures, which was about five or six of them or more, give or take, because at the end of the movie, more creatures was coming in because they learned about, their weakness for higher frequency sounds. Kind of like how Superman, if we all think about it, has a whole weakness or Achilles heel towards high frequency sound as well too. It's not per se a weakness like magic or kryptonite, but still pretty effective to at least slow down the Man of Steel. But aside from that reference, getting deeper into this whole trailer slash little teaser that just basically happened, for one thing, aside from honestly seeing the family again from part one, is also just the fact that, again, just like how the movie implied, this is part two. Most likely, you might find other people who survived from all the alien massacres from whatever was going on in this movie in the Quiet Place. They found more survivors, and then on top of that, after they found all the survivors, um, honestly, what's the interesting thing is for one, it seems like the survivors made sound traps where they made some type of classic string or tripwire to where if you trigger it, then bottle caps or these glass bottles will just fall and make noise or whatever across some wall or just the ground in general, which is I find interesting because that feels like some legit apocalyptic type thing that someone would probably create to use. Kind of like how I've kind of noticed some YouTubers or some other people who made their own content about whoever is interested in this fandom or this movie in general universe. They have made their own videos about how to survive in this type of scenario in this little movie universe. But aside from all that, honestly, the movie honestly showed that tripwire trick. And then on top of that, when honestly the family runs towards the survivors, it's just they have a pretty good dialogue with one of the survivors. But the most interesting part of the whole, like, I guess, whole teaser is the fact of one of the main survivors that talks to them or willing to talk to this family is just the fact that the dude said this statement. He says some survivors are not worth giving time to save. And I'm like, dang. And the only reason why I was surprised is because of the fact that, well, it brings up an interesting point where, as well, in this situation, maybe some humans were shady or some people were shady and still are shady, in this universe, because by the end of the day, they are dealing with alien overpowered like monsters that are basically indestructible until you learn that they're like not indestructible towards high frequency noise. That's the only thing that can mess them up and disrupt them from hunting or doing anything on Earth. But from that, honestly, it was a pretty interesting teaser trailer. Then on top of that, it also kind of, I don't know, again, it also kind of is like a whole thing where it kind of makes you question. And honestly, it makes you think again, like maybe that one survivor that said the statement, some survivors are not worth saving or not worth like trying to help out. That makes you think, because it's an apocalyptic type of situation where it's like it's very inescapable, and on top of that, people are just looking out for their own, I suppose. Now, honestly, aside from that one other statement, this is, I feel like this topic or this type of comment that I will make, I will honestly feel like it's a video on its own, but I will say the other random comment. I feel like arguably maybe when Netflix did create its own original type of work from another book, which was The Bird Box in general, I feel like it was fitting for Netflix to do that only because of the fact that, well, aside from it being an original novel and etc., it's also the fact of, well, it kind of, it's kind of like a taste of part two of the Quiet Place. I feel, in my own opinion, because by the end of the day, you got more survivors being introduced to with the main family. Then on top of that, the survivor going to say that, and then in the Bird Box universe, basically everyone that's outside of this one safe haven place where everybody is hiding from whatever visible monster is going on in that universe, it's like, well, whoever's outside of that safe haven, they're basically half blind until they get into the haven. And, well, it's very controversial where you're safe or you're just going to get messed up, because I never per se watched the Bird Box as a whole, but I've heard some things about safe haven to where you're safe there, but either you might become, they might like blind you so you don't have to see anything, or you're not endangered, or it's some other type of price that you pay in the safe haven. So again, it's like, again, kind of make you question some things. Yeah, it makes you think about, like, honestly, self-preservation, along with just honestly having the whole concept of, can you really trust other people slash humans in this apocalyptic type of situation? But please leave a like if you like this video. Please subscribe if you honestly enjoyed this video and my other videos that I've created. And also, please leave comments as to what you think about the teaser that was like dropped not too long ago about The Quiet Place Part 2. Thank you for watching again, and bye.